Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say that for a lot of fans, they just want it to all make sense. Now that Nick is back in this fictional town of Los Angeles, a lot of viewers of the show are curious over how things are going to change for Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor. It seems like Nick is only back to remind Ridge of Brooke's market value. Sure, Ridge might be jealous right now that Brooke is getting attention from her old flame, but that doesn't mean the two of them are going to get together anytime soon. Because at the end of the day, Ridge has made it clear that he doesn't want Brooke. With Nick in the picture, he's just going to make Brooke feel even worse about herself and more confused than ever. As our readers can imagine, the internet certainly did have a lot to say about the matter. Some have even commented with, "I am loving Nick's return, and I found myself doom scrolling while Steffi and RB had boring conversations and tuning back in when Nick was on screen. He outplays them all. May he continue to make Ridge uncomfortable by calling him out on his crap and reminding Brooke to get out of the gutter. I will also accept a Nick, Deacon, Bill friendship and all the mischief they would make." Another fan of the show wrote, "I know Jack Wagner is supposed to only be on briefly, but he better come back full-time cause this show desperately needs his return." When he congratulated Ridge on being back with Taylor, I chuckled. And then there was this comment as well. "I agree. Bad enough we have to deal that reheated meatloaf that is Taylor's Brooke. Now they add more throwback sauce for Nick? Are Nick and Ridge the only men in lay? Have Nick or Ridge ever acknowledged Massimo's death? I know the actor passed away many years ago. Did they write the character's death into the storyline? Of course, B&B fans will have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. The Bold and the Beautiful airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. In the meantime, let us know what you think by leaving us a line with your thoughts in our comments section below. In a dramatic twist that longtime viewers of The Bold and the Beautiful never saw coming, the return of Nick Marone is proving to be one of the most significant shakeups in the show's recent history. As fans know, Nick, played by Jack Wagner, was once a powerful presence on the canvas, a man of charm, mystery, and deep emotional complexity. His history with the Logan Forrester and Marone families runs deep, but it's the new direction he's taking that has everyone talking. With years away from Los Angeles, Nick has returned with not only a more focused mindset, but also a clear purpose, and the ripple effects of his presence are already shaking the foundation of the legacy families. When Nick first reappeared, it was under the radar, slipping into town quietly and reconnecting with familiar faces. But it quickly became clear that he wasn't just back to reminisce. He had an agenda. And while it may not be clear to all of the characters just yet, astute viewers can see the early signs of a man determined to set the record straight, reclaim lost ground, and rewrite his legacy. The most immediate impact of Nick's return is on Brooke Logan. Their history is storied, passionate, and complicated. Nick and Brooke shared a love that rivaled anything else Brooke experienced, something that often put him in direct conflict with Ridge. And even now, years later, there's an undeniable chemistry between them that refuses to fade. While Ridge and Brooke are currently in a good place, Nick's return has awakened something dormant in Brooke, stirring up memories and unresolved feelings. This doesn't mean she'll act on them, at least not right away, but the emotional turbulence is clearly there. Ridge, always protective and territorial, is already sensing a shift. Nick's calm confidence, paired with his disarming sense of humor and grounded worldview, presents a stark contrast to Ridge's often brooding demeanor. For Brooke, that difference might become harder to ignore. But Brooke isn't the only one being affected. Taylor Hayes is another key figure whose world is being disrupted by Nick's presence. She once shared a deep bond with him, a connection built not just on attraction, but on mutual respect and healing. After everything Taylor has endured, particularly in her on-again, off-again relationship with Ridge, The reemergence of a man who once treated her with care and dignity is not going unnoticed. Fans have long debated who is better suited for Nick, Brooke or Taylor, and now it seems the writers are leaning into that tension. And while this might seem like a retread of past love triangles, the energy is distinctly different now. These are mature characters with deep emotional scars, and their interactions with Nick are not rooted in youthful impulsiveness, but in the need for emotional stability and truth. The other game-changing element in Nick's return is how he's interacting with the business world of Los Angeles. Nick was never one to play by traditional rules, and that remains true today. Rumors are swirling that he may be preparing to re-enter the fashion industry in a bold new way, perhaps even mounting a challenge to Forrester Creations itself. While Nick once worked closely with Jackie M and held a unique position in the world of fashion, he has always been more of a disruptor than a follower. With changes happening rapidly at Forrester, especially with Eric's health struggles and the internal power dynamics between Ridge, Steffi, Thomas, and Hope, Nick could see an opening. There's speculation that he might team up with someone unexpected. Donna Logan, for instance, has recently been navigating emotional upheaval of her own, and if she feels slighted or pushed out, Nick could be a stabilizing figure who draws her into his orbit. Likewise, there's talk that Nick could take an interest in R.J. Forrester, recognizing in the young man a need for guidance outside the dominant influence of Ridge and Thomas. If Nick were to mentor R.J. or provide him with a platform to launch his own creative vision, it could fundamentally alter the Forrester family dynamic. And speaking of family dynamics, there's an emerging possibility that Nick's return will expose long-buried secrets. Viewers know that in soap operas, no one returns without a few secrets tucked away, and Nick is no exception. Theories are running wild that Nick may have uncovered something while away, perhaps a secret about his own lineage or one tied to the Forrester family. Some fans believe he may be aware of a paternity issue that could rock the entire Forrester line. Others suggest he may have discovered a scandal involving past relationships, business dealings, or even something connected to Stephanie Forrester's legacy. If Nick brings receipts, there's no telling how far the fart could reach. What makes Nick's return so compelling isn't just the potential romantic entanglements or business shakeups. It's the emotional complexity he brings to the canvas. He's not just here to stir the pot. He's a man shaped by loss, redemption, and perspective. Unlike some characters who return as caricatures of their former selves, Nick is grounded, introspective, and driven. His interactions feel authentic, layered, and full of purpose. Every conversation he has feels like it's building towards something bigger, and that kind of storytelling pays off in the long run. And it's not just the core families feeling his influence. Katie Logan, who's found herself in emotional limbo with Bill and Carter, might also be drawn into Nick's orbit. There was once a spark between Nick and Katie, and with her need for someone steady yet unpredictable, Nick could be a surprising yet fitting match. Especially now, as Katie continues to navigate her co-parenting relationship with Bill and her complex emotions around Carter, a man like Nick, who doesn't come with the same kind of baggage, might offer her a clean slate. Meanwhile, younger characters like Finn, Paris, and Zend could also find themselves at the periphery of Nick's storyline. He has always had an eye for talent and a tendency to root for the underdog. If he senses that someone at Forrester isn't getting the respect or recognition they deserve, he might step in and offer them an alternative path. That alone would add a fresh dynamic to the show, as it would allow newer characters to be drawn into the orbit of a legacy character without being overshadowed. The bold and the beautiful has always thrived on legacy, family loyalty, and emotional payoff. Nick Marone's return hits all those notes and adds a sense of unpredictability that's been missing. Whether he ends up romantically involved with Brooke, Taylor, Katie, or someone new, whether he re-enters the business world with a bold new venture, whether he reveals a scandal that shakes the Forrester dynasty to its core, one thing is clear: Nick is changing things. The question isn't whether he'll make an impact. It's how far-reaching that impact will be. And with the show leaning into deeper, more nuanced storytelling lately, there's every indication that Nick's presence is just the beginning. His motivations remain cloaked in just enough mystery to keep viewers guessing. But the writing is on the wall. This is not a short-term return. Nick is here to stay for a while, and every move he makes is calculated. If the show continues down this path, it could recenter its storytelling around emotional truth rather than constant chaos. And Nick, who has always walked the line between passion and restraint, may be the perfect character to lead that charge. One of the most fascinating elements of Nick's reemergence is how it forces other characters to re-examine themselves. Brooke is asking herself whether she's truly content. Taylor is wondering if she gave up on the wrong kind of love. Ridge is suddenly insecure in ways we rarely see. Even characters like Eric and Donna are watching with interest, sensing that something bigger is coming. That kind of tension is what makes daytime dramas thrive. It creates long arcs, emotional stakes, and character development that resonates. As viewers, we're not just watching Nick stir the pot. We're watching him mirror back the flaws and vulnerabilities of the people around him. That alone is a powerful tool for storytelling. And then there's the fan reaction, which cannot be understated. Social media lit up the moment Nick's return was teased, with longtime viewers expressing excitement, curiosity, and even nostalgia. The character occupies a unique space in the show's history, someone who was once integral, then quietly faded away, only to return at a time when his presence feels most needed. It's rare for a show like The Bold and the Beautiful to reintroduce a character in such a meaningful and forward-facing way. Too often, returns are gimmicky or short-lived. But Nick's presence already feels intentional and fully integrated into the larger storylines. It's not just a cameo, it's a pivot point. And if the writing continues to honor that, Nick could become the catalyst for a whole new era of storytelling. Whether it's a romantic resurgence, a business war, or a family reckoning, Nick's presence is stirring the kind of excitement that makes daytime drama so addictive. He's not just changing things. He's redefining the balance of power, reawakening hearts, and reigniting questions that many characters thought they had already answered. As we watch the coming weeks unfold, one thing is clear: The Bold and the Beautiful has found its edge again. And it's all because Nick Marone is back. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our United News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.